Are you ready for the ultimate bikepacking weekend adventure? Join us for an unforgettable self-supported bikepacking trip through Southwest Virginia. The Grayson Gravel Pie Bikepacking Adventure travels along the Virginia Creeper Trail, the beautiful gravel roads of Grayson County, Virginia, and the New River Trail. All lodging and camping arrangements are included, along with daily routes and guides riding along with you. This self-supported adventure offers resupply opportunities every 20 miles for your food and water needs. Find out more at graveltraveldirt.com.
You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brian.
Dang, I'm Joey.
And I'm Jess.
This is episode 200.
I was getting ready to say we might have to do some alternating weeks over the next month, but
See? I know.
no. Jess isn't home any night next week. This is a good start.
We're off to a great start.
We're off to a lovely start with all of our friends.
Everybody, this is episode 215 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you're new here, this is the podcast where we talk about gravel bikes, adventure biking, bike packing, bike camping, or just playing bikes. And in the show notes, it says Bruce Buckley is joining us, but that is actually not.
He is. I want to have
Bruce was so great. I love his energy.
With Bruce every month.
If you didn't listen to our last episode with Bruce Buckley, go back and listen to that because
if we could have 15, 20 people message Bruce
and say how much they loved him on the podcast.
How much they love them, and then say we would like what are we going to call it?
A moment with Bruce.
Moment with Bruce, once a month.
Yeah.
I think it'd be
that would be fun. I think he has some pretty cool adventures he could tell us about.
I do think that to circle back to that, we should figure out a way to get him an e-bike. I definitely.
Oh yeah, totally. I've been so busy.
Yep. There's definitely some. We need to figure out some way to get.
I got it. Don't worry,
Mr. Buckley.
It ain't gonna be one of those globes. Those things are great, but not for what Bruce does.
No, I don't think that would work.
Halls? No, he needs a Levo.
No. Before we get to the program tonight, got some great discount codes to share on either the Salt Stick website or the JoJ website. When you reach the checkout, use the discount code LoveYouBuy. Take 20% off all your items. Over at Cutaway USA, use the discount code GTD20 to take 20% off your order. And if you're in the market for a new hydration pack, and they just released a new one, which looks interesting, check out Orange Mud. Use the discount code FF23RAINS. Takes 15% off your order. I'm going to have those discount codes and the links in the show notes. So, do we have a crack of the week?
I already started.
Oh, premature craculation.
Big Oyster Brewery, you get toasted.
That looks nice.
I had that double chocolate stout.
Blue Wind.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I saw the picture. That was the one with the red can on the label. Yeah.
It was. Luckily, I ate because it was a 9% when I started drinking it. We mountain biked and I barely ate.
Woo.
But getting a stout or port or whatever it was. Was it springtime?
After a ride or pre-ride?
After
ride. Okay, well then that's...
We like Blue Wind after our rides. Formerly a bike shop for all those folks.
So they've got good food and they've got a pretty good beer selection.
Both walls are lined with alcohol.
Yeah. That's
the food. I ate there twice last week.
It's just kind of out of the way for me, So I don't mountain bike,
so
I don't go down to St. Mary's. So don't do the lake.
Usually after our road rides, it's either Chipotle or Blue Wind.
If I can ever get a free moment, I am going to refresh the sealant in my mountain bike tires, and I need some pedals to go in there. I have no idea what happened to the pedals. They're just gone. I don't know where they went.
Like, run away.
I don't know. And then maybe I will join you and go for a lake lap. It's hard to say a lot of the things about the lake. Lake lap, route loop.
We are actually doing our first mountain bike ladies night next week.
Oh, could I come to that?
So at 5 p.m. But it keeps getting rained out. Yeah. So
there will be rain next Wednesday at 5 p.m.
Well, seasons are kicking off now across the country. You're seeing more and more people on bikes. This is awesome. I love this time of year. I do. I really, it's like that, things are happening and it's just exciting.
Pollen, leaves.
Yeah, but you just got to stay out. In my opinion, the thing with pollen is you just
build up your immunity.
Yeah, you stay in it. And then it's like but man, it hit hard early this year.
You get a line of pollen like Scarface and you're good.
All right. So, Jess, let's start with you tonight because
I went to cat camp.
I want to hear all about cat camp.
Cat camp was awesome. I actually did the mountain bike clinic. So Friday was our last day of school before spring break. So I couldn't take off because the day before a holiday is really, really hard to get coverage for your classes.
I bet. Yep.
So Friday I wasn't able to go, but Friday night I drove up and stayed at the hotel and was ready for my Saturday morning ride with the Dirty Kitten crew.
Cool. And how'd it go?
It went awesome. So on Saturday morning, I did a mountain bike clinic with a professional mountain bike coach. Her name is Hillary. She does it all in the area.
Oh, cool.
She does more and ninja classes and stuff like that. So we had her ride in the morning, and that was the day with the really high winds.
Oh, yeah.
And the rain.
Yep.
So we were really iffy on what we were going to do for the afternoon, but it was actually really beautiful. We were able to stay out until like 5 p.m. We were just really closely, Chris and Alex were closely watching the weather.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a mountain bike ride in the mountain bike skills in the morning. Lori was there. And then in the afternoon, we went and biked at the watershed. So that was really awesome. It took us like 3 hours to do like 3 miles because it was so technical. Mm-hmm. Incredible experience. I've never actually done a clinic with like a professional clinic person.
Cool.
So that was really awesome.
What'd you learn? What kind of new skill did you walk away
I went
with?
over a log.
Nice.
I went over my first log, and like what we do is like we would ride a little bit and then we stop and then we would talk and do some like technical stuff or like how to get around this and stuff like that, or how to get over it, when to stand up, when to shift, when to use your dropper, all those things.
That's awesome.
So we would ride and then we would stop and then we would meet up and then we would say like, okay, this is what's coming up next and this is what you have to do. And that was awesome.
See, can I pause you for a second? Because I think, and I don't know, Joe, if y'all's like lake rides are like this, but I always enjoyed like mountain bike rides where you were in a group and maybe you hit a feature and everybody just kind of like hung out and like tried it over and over again.
Did that this weekend?
Yeah, that's the way a mountain bike ride, in my opinion, should be. Not about how fast I can go from point A to point B. I know there's a place for that.
Yeah.
But I just like that idea. I think you get a lot more. It makes it more social.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So anyway,
it was great. It was super fun. We were closely watching the wind, so we wanted to make sure we were out of the watershed at a certain time.
Okay.
So it was super hilly, and there was lots of rocks, and there was lots of things just everywhere. It was very technical, but it was absolutely incredible.
Nice.
So it was a great night. We had a great Saturday. And then we all went out for dinner afterwards, at some like
they partied.
Yeah, we party.
Yeah. Nice.
I didn't get home into my hotel room until like 10:30 at night. And that is like so late for me. Like 8 o'clock is like my limit. Like even when we're camping, it's 8 o'clock and I'm like, okay guys, peace out. It's bedtime. Like,
right.
So
like or midnight. 8
yeah,
PM.
exactly.
Yeah.
I need my beauty rest. So that was Saturday. And then Sunday, I usually am not able to stay on Sunday because I usually try to leave around lunch so I can get home and get stuff ready for Monday.
Mm-hmm.
But Monday was spring break for me. So I got to stay all of Saturday.
Nice.
Sunday. So on Sunday, we didn't have a morning clinic. On Sunday morning, we all met together and we had some lady, she was a doctor of physical therapy, and she went over this one or few stretches we should be doing after we get done riding, like to uncrunch us from that position, from just sitting in that position for so long, how to like uncrunch us from that. So that was really helpful. And we were like it's very intimate. There's like not many more than like 20 people there.
I was going to ask you how many people were there.
So it's really great. So she was asking for volunteers and she's like, whose hips are sore when they get done riding? And then people would volunteer and they would show them stretches and everything like that. So that was really great. We were all making jokes like, oh my God, that was a $10 copay, like for people who have good insurance, because that's what they do at physical therapy is they actually like uncrunch you. Yeah. So that was great. And then we did a gravel ride through kind of by where we actually went past Alex's house. Okay. I don't know if it's like the watershed, but it's kind of the watershed area.
I was up there.
Croatan Mountains or something, or the Kakatoan Mountains or something like
Cockton.
whatever.
Holy
Yeah,
cow.
so those mountains
Okay,
were
it's all
there.
the same. The Croatan Mountains.
Yeah. So
I like that.
they were really heavy. They were really like what I was.
Oh yeah.
They were
Yeah.
intense.
Real
Like
deal.
they were intense. So I texted Joey, like, we're starting, I sent Joey the elevation and the miles, and he's like, are you sure that's the beginner ride? And I'm like, yep, that's the beginner ride. Like, it was a lot of climbing. Joey, do you remember how many climbing it was?
It's like 3,500 feet.
Yeah.
Wow, in 30 miles or so kind of
In
thing?
less than 30 miles. It was like
That's a lot of
25
climbing.
miles.
It was
So
35
Congratulations.
it was
on that.
literally
Oh.
a 5-mile hill. Like, and it wasn't even like an exaggeration. I was like, can somebody tell me when this hill is coming? And then I'm like, holy moly, it was like straight up the mountain. The best part was, this is going to sound weird, but I got to be with the C group people, and that was really great. They're just people who are like trying it out and stuff like that. So those are kind of my people. We were definitely at the end because we broke up like ABC paces and all this good stuff.
Sure.
But I have so many bruises
From the mountain bike?
from everything, from falling, right?
Did you fall on the gravel bike?
Yes.
Okay.
So we were going up a big mountain thing, and there was like cars coming this way and cars coming this way. And I started the mountain last year, but I didn't finish it.
Okay.
And I knew I had to finish it to get done with the race or to
Uh-huh.
get done with the event. Like, there wasn't a way I could go that didn't involve this big mountain.
Okay.
And when I mean like big mountain, it was like 5 miles up. Like, there was
Okay.
no like leveling. It was like red for 5 miles, I swear. And I had to get through it to go home. And I was like, at the start of it, I was like, I turned around right here. Like, and I still had like 3 miles to go. Like, I was warping at a speed of like 5 probably, So it was definitely, I was talking to Kelly about it, and she says it's good when you fall because that means you're pushing yourself really hard. And that's true.
You're growing your limits.
You're growing your limits, because there was a time last year when I would get up the mountain and be like, nope, I'm done. I'm turning around. But this ride, you couldn't. You had to get through the mountain. So I came home with lots of bruises. I fell lots of times. I have like the elbow thing going on. I had bruises up my arm, and this is still like a week out. Like, this was still, so it was good. Kelly was telling me it's a progressive sport. Like and that is the thing.
Kelly Catali?
Yeah.
You're talking to Kelly? Okay.
Yeah. So I was telling her that we did like this mountain bike course, and that's where they did mountain bike endurance nationals was at the watershed.
Yep.
And it was like, the joke was like, every time you do something in the mountains, it's like ×3 in the watershed.
Sure.
For the difficulty.
Sure.
So it was really fun. And I didn't really I thought my bruises were cool. I was like, oh man, look at these bruises. Like,
Badge
they're
of
everywhere.
honor.
Like, badge of honor. Yeah. But then Kelly was saying, like, it's cool because that means you're testing your limits. Like, you're trying new things.
Know your limits, grow your limits.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. So it was definitely type 2 fun. Like, in the beginning or during it, I was like, oh my God, just in the gravel, not the Dirty Kitten experience. I love the Dirty Kitten experience.
Is it just me? And I know that, Alex and Chris and Dirty Kitten, they're players in the game already, for sure. But I feel like they're on this like edge of like blowing up.
Well, you got to remember, Alex is kind of already getting national recognition.
Yeah, with the
From
racing she's doing.
Well, not only that, but from a gravel standpoint or from a race director standpoint.
Yeah.
So she got an award for the Women of Cycling for the race directing part because of what she does to expand the cycling community. In Frederick, there is a school for the deaf, and we had a sign language interpreter at each station.
Okay.
Because we had people who were deaf riding with us.
Okay.
So Hillary would talk, the mountain bike person, and they were like signing things. And then it was such a cool experience. And like, I took a video, like, not for anything, but just because, like, holy moly, like, they hired a sign language interpreter so that they can grow the community to even people who have a hearing disability.
Sometimes you take pictures and you take videos on your phone just to be able to go back and relive the moment yourself. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily a social media influencer kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it is nice to be able to go back and kind of relive those moments. So
Yeah.
we were talking about that with Bruce.
Yeah. And I was definitely engaging with the sign language interpreter. I asked her, like, my middle schoolers be like, how do you sign this? Like, so I learned that twerking is this. This means twerking in sign language.
Does it? Okay.
So yes, I kept asking her.
Dancing.
Yeah,
I know
I kept asking her, like, how do you sign twerking? So it was really funny. It was a great experience.
I think kids today, though, my granddaughter, I mean, she's 16 months old, and she signs about 10 or 12 words, and she doesn't, speak yet. Well, she's got the mama, the dada, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We haven't done that one. No. She does like water and more and all done.
Yeah.
And eat. And I'm trying to teach her dance. That's why I knew what dance was.
But I'm just like, it's the coolest thing. Like, Alex and Chris, in my mind, have blown up already. Like, they received recognition at the Summit Awards for being an inclusive race director and all these things. I think what Chris and Alex do, they kick off this event for everybody, and it like kicks off everybody's season. Yeah. Like, this is how I start my season every year.
It's a good idea for a camp environment.
Every year, I'm like, okay, let's go. I learned how to put the bikes on my rack. I still don't know how to put air in my tires, but I could put bikes on my rack.
You did it the other day.
I traveled with my bike now. Like, I know how to do it in and out of hotels and stuff like that. And it just gives me this confidence to keep going. And for somebody who has an eating disorder and some mental health disabilities, there's a lot of things that stand in my way. Like, I don't want to do things because I feel like I'm out of place or I feel like I don't belong. And that team makes me feel like I belong. Like, it makes me feel like I belong in the sport of cycling and I belong on a team.
That's
like
awesome.
I am the person in the back trailing, right? And when the person on the back trailing is on a team, everybody feels like they can belong. Like, even the people at the end, even the people that were with me at the end, like, taking hours to get up this mountain, we're still on a team and we still get to do things in our team community, just like somebody who's standing on the podium. So I think that teamness is a huge thing. And I'm just so grateful to be part of the Dirty Kitten experience. Like, to get to show Chris and Emma, our Chris and Emma down here, my teammates up there in Dirty Kitten. I'm so excited to meet all these amazing women that are in the sport of cycling.
Nice.
So
now obviously you've had a lot of St. Mary's Lake time trail underneath, and now you've got some watershed time. And we were going to talk about this or that, and I kind of kiboshed it, but I want to come back to it.
That's okay.
Lake or watershed?
Okay, so the watershed was definitely technical. Sorry, Emma just texted me. But the watershed was really technical. But I was able to, with the help of a coach. Now, Joey coaches me through things at the lake. Like, we were doing the drop and the descent. Like, Joey would show me how to do. Joey would show me the line of what to do. And then I would try to mimic it. And that was the same thing. Like, we would all kind of stop and wait. And then, like, I got over a log and I was like, everybody was there cheering me on, like 12 people. And I just started crying. Like, I was bawling. I was like, I'm crying. And like, I had to take my glasses off and like rub my eye. And like,
I'm not laughing at you.
No,
for crying.
it's okay.
I'm laughing with you because it's like,
the instructor cool like gave me a high five. And like on the Great British Baking Show, when Paul like gives a handshake, it's like her seal of approval or his seal.
That's not something I watch.
It's
you don't watch it?
It's a good show.
You're not a millennial.
But when she gave me a high five, I like bawled. I was like, because this woman all morning long was like, shoulders out, Jess, elbows out, like keep your feet wedged, like wait in the back. But she kept telling me all these things. And then I made it over this log and I started crying and she gave me a high five. And then she fixed my handlebars, which are great. So it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. I'm probably reliving it right now and crying.
You are already a better mountain biker than I ever thought about being.
So much fun. But it's not. It's honestly like you really see how far you can go.
Yeah.
Like I fell at the lake so badly, like I thought my knuckle was broken. Like it probably was at some
ripped
point.
a pair of her gloves open.
And I ripped a pair of my gloves open because I was going down this line and all I heard was Joey say good luck, but he said good line, but I thought he was like good luck, like good luck trying that. And then this stick got in my wedged in my thing or something.
Like arm size.
Ooh.
It was very Rudy section. She had a good line. And as soon as I said that,
Just something.
this one actually moved.
Yeah. Sometimes things like that just
The wheel
happen.
went 45 degrees.
Like I had to keep going after that. Like I couldn't just be like, I'm going home. Like I still had to cycle after that.
Okay, so Saturday was mountain bike focused. Sunday was gravel bike focused.
Yeah.
Did you
Sunday.
Did you feel like there was anything like you did in the mountain bike kind of skill thing that you were able to transition over into the
Yeah,
to
it's
the gravel?
100% my descending. We had to descend on some pretty loopy curves with cars with us too.
Right.
And descending was something that I could sit down with, but now I stand up, now I feather my brakes. Climbing is still really hard for me, either on the mountain bike or on the gravel bike. But I feel like I'm a flatlander. Like I really don't get like a 5-mile hill around here.
No, there's nowhere for us to do that.
So I feel like, they kept calling me a flatlander, and I agree because, like I don't really practice hills around here.
You got no control over that. You only can ride where you are.
Yeah.
If you're going to ride the volume, if you're going to truly do time on bike and not try to ride a snub nose saddle, then it's
No, yeah. So it definitely kicks off my cycling adventure.
Say stub nose saddle.
I said snub nose saddle.
He was making a Tom reference.
Some tomfoolery.
It kicks off my cycling experience. Today I was in my planning period and I should have been doing work, and I just kept looking up different cycling adventures I can do. And it's hard when it's not with Joey, but like Cat Camp gives me that confidence to start my season.
Mountain bike trips or
a little bit of both.
Okay.
A little bit of both. There's a few things I want to try. And there's a few, like, I really like the clinics. I felt like I got a lot out of it. Just even though I'm like a rec rider, like I'm not trying to win anything. It just...
No, back up a minute though. Even as a rec rider, having the skills allows you to do something safely.
Yeah.
And not fall down and get bruises all over the time. So it because bruises are one thing, but broken bones are another.
Yeah.
So having the skills, even at a rec rider level, I think it's even more important there.
Yeah. And that was pretty cool. I mean, 30 Kitten gave access to everybody to be able to have access to a professional mountain bike coach or a professional cyclist coach. So like even Alex's coach was there coaching people through road riding and training and stuff like that.
Nice.
So it was amazing.
We need to
You
get.
could just mention this whole episode as Cat Camp, but I would be totally fine with it.
We need to get Alex and Chris. We've talked about this. We've obviously had them on here
in person again with them.
Yeah, we need to figure out a time where we can get one or two or one or the other or somebody to join us to actually talk about some stuff.
They what they do for the cycling community in Maryland and in this region is incredible. And that's what happened last year. Last year I went to this camp. I loved everything they did. And now I do every single one of their events. It's not even like a question if I'm doing Growly Cat or a question if I'm doing a hot ride in July. Like because of them, I will go and do a hot ride in August or July with ears. Some people ask me what's my favorite thing to wear cycling, and it's 100% my ears because it's being included in something. And
it's very apparent. How many times you like get unpaved or anything in the Mid-Atlantic and you see those cat ears on a helmet, immediately
they're
that's
a Dirty Kitten.
That's a Dirty Kitten connection right there. That's cool. That's nice.
So it was amazing. People listening should Growly Cat, like a make your own adventure thing. That's absolutely amazing. Like everybody should be out there doing it. You don't have to go up the Kitten Crusher. You can make your own venture, and it's just a great, great time. But I think they're sold out. So
Growly Cat, can you team up with folks, right? Can't you just like hey, let's all go do it this way or do it that way or whatever?
I guess you do it as a team. I don't know. I just do it with Joey.
Not like quote unquote as a team, but like do it like in a small group and have like that time kind of.
I mean, I guess people do it and they try.
Yeah.
they try to get all the cards. Joey and I just try to make our own adventure for the day. And then, yeah, it's probably one of my favorite events to do because it's not structured. Like I can go ride, I can go do one big old loop and I'm done. Like it's because I made that ride.
And that's Growly Cat. And then they have the Dirty Kitten Gravel, which look at me, I'm wearing my Dirty Kitten Gravel t-shirt tonight. I always get comments on this when I wear this anywhere. It's weird. I don't know what it is.
People always comment on my cat ears. Always.
The next one they have coming up is in July, and it's the Dirty Kitten race. It's their the mothership, so to speak, their big one, the one that they.
And there's like a 20 and a 40 and like a 60 and an 80 option.
Do they do anything in the fall?
I don't know.
I thought maybe they at one point were talking about doing something.
Maybe relax or something. Maybe that's what they do. I could only imagine all the intricacies in planning an event. I mean, Alex and Chris were there the entire time. I mean, and Chris is my go-to. Like, if I have a question I need to ask and I don't want to ask somebody and feel like an idiot, I'm like, Chris, I don't know how much air should be in my tires. And he's right there. So we had a SAG vehicle at each one of our rides. Okay. So either if you were road or gravel, and if you were an A, B, or C, there was a SAG vehicle within minutes from you.
To help out.
To make sure, to give water, to do any of that. And when you get to do that on a ride, it's pretty nice because I had no stress. You know, I had my wilderness survival kit with me, like on my back, like my fanny pack. But
what's in your wilderness survival pack?
Well,
is it like
there.
We should practice on how to use all that.
Yeah. Well, there was a session, Joey, but I had to go to school that day, so I missed the session. But there's like a tourniquet, right, Joey?
Tourniquet and probably an emergency blanket, probably some ibuprofen, some bandages, some scissors.
So I was riding with that around my waist because I was a team ride leader.
Nice.
So I was very into safety, but it was very nice to always have a SAG vehicle there.
Nice.
You know, and I even put my locator on for Chris. So now he can know where I am.
All the time.
He's like Joey and my mom. He now knows.
And me, I know where you are.
And you know where I am all the time. It's very important.
It actually is nice to know.
Especially when you're riding. I don't know the street names. Like, whoops, if I fall right here? Like, he needs to be able to find me.
I want Chris to track me.
Exactly. I kept sending him funny Joey pictures during the day.
Okay.
Because Joey's the most hilarious person in the entire world, and who doesn't want to see Joey all day long?
I don't want to see
myself.
I want to see Joey multiple times.
I do too. I love him.
I blow my bike up on purpose just so I can come in. Joey, help me out.
It was amazing. I think if you are anywhere in the area and you get to experience a Dirty Kitten event, just do it. Just do it. There's not even a question. There's going to be this hardcore group of amazing females out there. Every one of the events with cat ears and the jersey and the kit and
a lot of dirty cats in our neighborhood.
I wonder if they've ever thought about like starting a Tomcat club
for like the guys that support the Dirty Kittens. We've talked about that.
It'd be fun, but let the women have their thing.
That'd be no, not the
tomfoolery club.
No, just I don't know. Okay, here's my dilemma. She just made that sound like so much fun that I want to be a part of that, but I can't.
Well, you can't.
So okay, I'm just I don't know.
However, I don't like riding in kits. Like I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah. But because I get to be a part of their team, like I can't wait to wear their full kit.
Oh, nice.
Because I want to support them in whatever they do. So when Alex gets to stand on a podium, it's like a little part of me gets to stand there too because I'm on that team.
Stood on one this weekend.
Yeah, she did.
That is a great way to look.
I mean, I'm not going to stand on podiums. However, maybe if they give me like a coolest cat ear award, however, that's our team standing up there. And I like that.
Nice. So you said she won a, what was it she won?
She came in third at Poolsville.
Now it was a road race, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's not many road races left in their area. It's a lot of crits. That's a hard race. And there's gravel mixed in. Poolsville.
Poolsville?
Yeah. They're all hard, but.
Yeah, I don't know anything about all that. So, what else is anything else, Jess, in your world?
Well, my life is like jammed packed busy. We're starting up the women's mountain bike club in our area. We have a nice small group that we met with coffee this weekend, and we're going to start doing the beginner loop for females that are just new in the area and starting. Joey is doing a women's mountain bike ride.
I am not. I'm just organizing.
Joey's organizing it. I will be there.
Nice.
And that's coming up soon. We have Growly Cat. I mean, this is one of the times where me and Joey have every single weekend already booked.
Okay.
So I'm hoping the 21st I can get out and do a gravel race in New Jersey with my stepbrother.
Nice.
So that's super cool. So yeah, we got like an event each weekend.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome. Joey, anything going on in your world?
Well, I'm a heathen. My wife isn't. So I made us go to the dirt church this weekend on Easter.
Very good.
No, only walkers on the trails. No mountain bikers when we were out.
We had so much fun. We got to do cycling was amazing this spring break. And we did a mountain bike ride one day. And the next day we went out and did a road ride. Sorry.
It's okay.
Go ahead, Sweet Pea.
No, we did. We did most of the full loop at the lake on Sunday. Jess had never done that.
Oh, because you guys usually do like a little kind of loop.
Yeah, because the first 2 miles.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy them, but you don't want to take someone new on the first 2 miles.
Right.
No, that was great. I actually first time I ever made it up MF Hill. Not out of when I had my e-bike, I did, but that was hard, and it's even more rutted out.
Which one's that?
That's the one after the rickety bridge and the little skinnies that it's just.
So when you're coming, if you were to come,
it's like at mile 2 going clockwise out of the parking lot.
Come in the parking lot and you go clock.
Left.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
It's nasty.
Yep.
And
I know.
I got all the way to the top of it, no foot downs. But
is it worse than it used to be?
Oh, it gets worse every day with all the.
So I would always go to the right and then kind of cross in the middle and then go behind the tree on the left.
It's just so rutted out.
Yeah.
We're working on a reroute. I did trail work on Saturday. It about blew my back out. We built some retaining walls. Kind of retaining walls, some cribbing around some parts of areas that was eroding out where you got some like bench cutting. And we just did a lot of work on Saturday. Sunday was mountain biking. And then Monday we did a cruise of the average show route because I got to clean that up in the next couple days.
Did a recon?
So my back was pretty bad.
I did a double recon.
There's a lot of debris in the shoulder we're clearing up tomorrow.
There's a
glass
lot
at the roundabout.
There's a lot of like where the pine needles have infringed out.
We're going with a leaf blower and a broom tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
And then, we're just going to clean up the whole thing before. Good. Most just roused all down there. But, no, that's kind of it. I kind of had FOMO 2 weeks ago with everyone doing Monkey Knife Fight, Appalachian, and Dirty Kitten. And I was so happy I was at home.
It was pretty.
I was home alone and
pretty hefty winds.
Weekend with a dog.
There's some pretty nasty winds blowing around.
I couldn't even ride.
Some pretty nasty hotels where I was staying.
Yeah, Jess had a sketchy hotel.
Did you stay with outside door?
No, but I had a sketchy hotel and people were like fighting all night long. And for somebody to wake me up after all the medicine I'm on and how heavy of a sleeper I am, like I was in my car calling Joey at like 1:30 at night because I was going to leave. Like it was the scariest stuff ever.
Hotels, when they go south like that, it can be really disconcerting for sure. You've had some of that. It can really unnerve you.
Yeah.
And probably going out to your car at 1:30 in the morning may have not been the right thing to do.
Well, you should have called the front desk.
Well, next time I'm just sleeping at Alex and Chris's house. I'm getting over my fear of my snoring really badly, and I'm just going to stay at their house.
What's scarier, the weird people yelling or you snoring?
I'm very embarrassing snoring.
Take the Subi with the rooftop and just go and sleep in the tent.
I'm not rooftop tenting without Joey. Okay. There's like lines I have.
Sleep in the back of it.
I will only rooftop sleep with Joey. Like that's
or we get like an actual Airbnb and I'll go up for the weekend and just do my own thing while they're doing cat camp.
Oh,
I should have done it. I never thought about that. I could go fishing. I could talk to him the whole time.
Could have done it.
Or mountain biking.
Could have done it.
Joey, are we telling the story of what you're putting in all the group messages?
I'll tell it later.
Okay.
Tell it now.
I am. All right, real quick. Last night I was giving Blake. I was taking my medicine. I take like an asthma pill, whatever it's called. I take vitamin D, and I take Tylenol because my back hurts. I took my medicine and I wanted more water, and I pulled Blake's pill out for his ear infection he had. And out of habit, I filled up my water and I saw the pill on the counter and I took it. And then I was like, oh shit, Jess, I took, and she's like, you took Blake's medicine. And I didn't want to, I started Googling it because when you call poison control for a dog, it's hundreds of dollars just for a phone call. I was like, don't call poison control. Like, I'll deal with the consequences if I got to throw up. And then Jess got really mad at me, and we did call poison control, and I'm pretty sure he told all his friends when he hung up that this guy took his dog's pills.
He's like, we would use it for humans, but humans have really bad stomach after masses of things. Like, it was pretty funny.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
But you no ill effects.
No.
No, okay, good.
I do poop in little brown bags. That's what I told my family. Little dog bags now.
Joey, I like wait until Joey tells the story because it's so funny. But I didn't even tell anybody at school today. But now I feel like I can. Like, now I feel like I can do it. Because he broke the seal on it. So
I'm trying to do as much different stuff, as many things as I can do with my rodeo this month.
Okay.
Between Croatan and the end of Dirty Kitten. So actually rides really nice as a road bike, as a road gravel bike.
Mm-hmm.
But my GP 5000s finally show up, so I'm putting them on my Revals and putting them on the rodeo for this weekend. But at the same time, my single speed spacer kit shows up tomorrow, my wolf tooth clog.
Okay.
So I'm going to do single speed for Dirty Kitten.
Because
it's so easy with Axis.
Right.
So I just take the derailleur off, the chain comes off, and I drop the little spacer kit in the wolf tooth clog, and then it's sliding dropouts.
So the transition's super simple.
It's fast and easy, and my shifters are brake levers now.
Nice.
And then you just want to switch it back, you put it all back on.
Nice. I'll be curious what your single speed. It's been a long time since you've ridden single speed, isn't it?
Never fully did single speed.
Okay. I thought you did.
I had my single speed cross bike, and Jess is the one that was riding it forever until the fire.
Well, yeah.
She had it for like a year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it'd be fun. It's so cheap, minimal, and easy.
And things don't go. No derailleur brakes. No
running.
All those things. Why single speed?
So I have a 40 tooth White Industries chainring, and I'm going to run a 19, and I ordered a 17, maybe an 18 too. I ordered a couple cogs.
How do you decide which one you're going to put on?
I don't know.
Is it
Internet?
just try it and?
I looked at a couple things online. I know Alex and Chris were running.
That was a big
42
topic of conversation.
Yeah, but they're running the flats, and then I'm like, well, Dirty Kitten's a little bit hillier, but I'm not going to ride up the Kitten Crusher anyway, so I think everywhere else I'll be okay. I'm not getting up Kitten Crusher, but I think the rest of, there's a couple little climbs out there.
Yeah.
No, I just thought it'd be fun.
It just sounds hard to me.
It's like $50.
Just sounds hard. Could you
If I ever want to do it, I switch it back.
Could you carry all the different sizes in your bag and then change them on the fly?
No,
like having gears.
So what Jess's Storm Chaser came stock as is the way they spaced it out. There was 2 cogs on the back.
Mm-hmm.
You could change there was a 17 and an 18.
You could flip it, right?
Not even flip it. You just the way you space it out on the freehub body, because it's not a single speed wheel. It's a
Aren't there some single speed wheels out there that you have the on both sides? You can just flip the wheel and
pre disc brake.
Yeah,
my rim brake cyclocross, I have flip flop.
Okay,
so I have 2 different sizes.
Well, I'm not crazy for thinking that.
Yeah, no, my Raleigh's like that. My High Life bike.
Have you taken that out on the road yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got miles on that. I even did the course at Jubilee, and I take it to work, and I've ridden it around.
Right. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yep. We haven't done anything with Jubilee in a long time. We need to do a Jubilee.
Yeah, we're in the middle of.
There's a discussion taking place.
We've been waiting a while. There's duck hunters. There's deer hunters. So he's doing his Thursday night happy hour soon, and with the daylight, we might just do a couple Thursday nights over there.
Cool.
Yeah, I figured with the Revals for road this weekend, and then setting it back up with my White Industry stuff and single speed, it'd be pretty cool for Dirty Kid.
You've tempted me to put some 28s or some 30s on my Otto.
Heck yeah. I'm going to run the rodeo and the Flanimal as a road bike this weekend.
Might start to play around with a little bit of that and see what kind of chops it's got.
Yeah.
With that
the problem is I got a really nice road bike upstairs.
I know.
And
but you know what? It's the fun thing about it is just tinkering. I think
it's not tinkering. I love riding that rodeo on the road. The steel.
Like doing this kind of stuff. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
And I
felt like I fell in love with my Sequoia again, but more.
When you stop worrying about how fast you go,
I'm not worried about that.
No. I'm saying, Jess, we were talking about this. When you stop worrying about how far you go and how fast you go, and you just start to play with the bike, Now you're playing bikes when you're not even on the bike, and that's kind of cool. I think it's kind of fun. We're just talking about changing tires and swapping out configurations.
I just know, like, if I want to do
I have a person for that.
like, if I want to do the long Saturday Pax Velo rides, I'm not going to do that on my rodeo.
No,
I need my
yeah.
Cannondale.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where that's sitting.
So the Libre is soon to be someone else's, or it already is someone else's.
The group, I found a partial group set on Marketplace that should be here this week, and then Andrew buys it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll stay local. I'll still get to kiss it.
It's the truth. I mean, you just don't. That's a bike that would not get.
That one's really tough. Like, I still stare at it.
Joey's All City was at Cat Camp.
Yeah.
Girl
That's
that bought Mallory.
Sorry. She was at. She rode that at Croatan too.
I didn't know that.
Well, it'll clear 35s.
Hot dog.
Like, yeah.
I would have loved to have seen that bike.
When she was at it at Cat Camp, I was like, I think that's my husband's. Like last year when we rode it.
Yeah. And then she came up to us at Croatan this year. She's like, Joey.
Oh,
She's like, I'm riding All City. Yeah.
She still got the Love You Buy stickers on it, I hope.
I think so.
Yeah.
And the pavement. I don't know.
Nice.
She did put not purple. She put pink Panda racers on.
Oh,
tires.
cool.
It's pretty cool.
I may have seen that at Croatan this year, right?
You couldn't have missed it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did see that.
I think she got the hi-fi wheels too.
Oh, maybe.
To put on that bike.
Whew, that's a fancy ride right now. All that color. That's nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay.
No, I think that's about it. Like, we've been crushing it at the shop.
Yeah, every time I go in, you're just super focused and super busy, and
It's been busy.
that's good though. It's spring,
Yeah.
It's the time you're
Kind of
supposed
dreading
to.
to open up battle sports.
If you weren't, you would be worried.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So it's the good thing to be. It's a good thing to be.
Um,
You haven't even opened paddle sports yet, right?
no, I'm dreading that.
Oh.
We had a good March. We donated a portion of every mountain bike sale to the club, which was well over $100.
Nice.
We did some trail building the other day. We got some. I'm trying to cram in a lot of that trail stuff before it gets hot with bugs. But no, the women's stuff's kicking off. We just keep getting.
Watch them ticks, buddy.
Oh yeah. No, I spray myself.
Yeah.
Apple juice. No, just kidding.
A tick attractor.
I set up May 6th is International Women's Mountain Bike Day, so we are doing our own thing at the lake
Oh, cool.
instead of having to go to Roosevelt or wherever for more.
Nice.
Imba hosts doesn't host that, but like they set that up, and we have our own thing going on.
Cool.
So we're building little features that you can for anyone. We'll debut them on that, but it'll be little skinnies and little like parking lot stuff that you can practice to gain some skills on.
Fun.
That we can throw in the back of the truck and then drive away and put behind the shop.
Nice.
Put in the store when we're not open. People can't steal them or skateboarders, but yeah, that'll be fun.
Got it going on. You get me a little itchy to get that bike.
No, we're mixing. Like, it was nice to ride on the mountain bike
Mountain bike
Sunday, and
Monday.
then
And then Monday
switch it
we had
up.
gravel.
I'm like I'm like ready to start long rides. I want to do the overnight at Unpaved this year and not worry about it.
Mhm.
Like 2 years ago when I did the 90, I just did it.
Mhm.
And then this year, the 50, I wasn't ready. And we somehow, I think all the girls got me through it. I didn't get myself through the 50 this year. It was
I
having.
think Dave will be my riding partner.
Okay.
Dave's going to be hammered drunk listening to Leonard Skinner at the Rusty Rail.
Well, that's awesome. I thank you for sharing all of that about Cat Camp. That was just super cool to hear. And if you've got the in with
I do want
Allison,
a
Chris,
kit. I want a jersey.
I want to be.
I got the special Perito one.
Excuse me.
5th anniversary Perito one. There was a little cat out of the pocket.
I had no idea. I don't pay attention, I guess.
Cool.
I really suck at social media. Why don't you tell me this stuff?
You got time? Who's got time for that anymore? Honestly, it's like a whole other job to keep track of all the media things, right? I think
We've been slaying it on our pack page. Emma's been doing a lot of that. I've been trying to chip in, and I proposed to Chris last week.
Saw that. Made me a little jealous, if I have to be honest.
First, I proposed to Wes too. So sorry, Jess.
All right, you want to take a look at Strava Club? Let's do Strava Club.
All right, big news in the Strava world. We reached 900 members.
Holy moly.
Woo!
And you other heathens out there, we were up to 118 miles for the top 100.
That's reachable. That's attainable. Get in there.
Yeah, but that's no one was at church. Everyone was at. I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Sage Seifert from Lino Lakes, Minnesota, with 195.2.
Minnesota.
Jill Morgan, we
East
all
Coast
know Jill,
East Coast Jill, right?
with 151.1 from East Norton, Pennsylvania. And then we had Baron Matthews from Madison, Missouri, with 130.7. Is that Missouri?
I think that's Mississippi. Madison.
No.
MS is Mississippi.
I think it's Missouri.
Missouri is MI.
That's Michigan.
Oh, Michigan is MI. Missouri's MO.
Oh, yeah.
MO. So it's MS is Mississippi, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that. I always get them all.
I'm not that
You're
educated.
not the only one that gets that the M states all mixed up with their little funky abbreviations.
MS is Mississippi. You're right.
And I know that MD is Maryland. Doctor of Law.
MA is Massachusetts. MI is Michigan. MN is Minnesota. MD is
Minnesota.
Maryland.
Yeah.
Or we just call those people massholes.
Okay, we were talking about this before.
Shopper.com/clubs/gravel
New solar Garmin is out. What's your first long-term review?
Long-term review.
I'm reading
man,
the
I had
announcement.
I had a long-term review the other day I really want to talk about for Ted. Probably my helmet, but I've been wearing my helmet. Now it's not funny.
I think the solar Garmin, if they've done it right, is a good thing because if you can get 60 hours out of that, that's a bike packing weekend where you don't have to worry about charging your bike computer.
Yeah, but the way I look at it, I don't know. I don't bike pack a lot as much as I want to, but you're going to charge your phone, right?
Yeah.
You are going to bring a power bank.
Yeah, but that's just another thing you have to then remember, okay, charge that, unplug that, plug this thing back in.
Specialized, out of all people, I have the coolest power bank.
Okay.
And they have a cable system set up. I could plug in 3 things on one cable.
Okay. So that makes sense then,
Actually, it's one cord that splices into USB-C, micro USB, and iPhone.
I am honestly so done with all of the little tiny power banks because you buy one brand new. Yeah. It's good for a little while. Then you charge it, and then like it seems like 6 months later the thing doesn't work.
You know what you need?
What?
You need a Cannondale Synapse.
Yeah,
you don't need to charge everything. It's just one battery system.
Yeah,
the ecosystem is nice.
Yeah.
If I could put that on my rodeo, I'd get rid of my Cannondale.
I did forget my battery on my gravel bike.
Oh yeah. Luckily, it was only a mile from the house. And I carry a spare in my bag.
Smart. See? Sorry. Smart.
No, I mean, I could definitely see the benefits of the solar. I think it's cool.
Yeah. Solar's the future.
I think $450 or $440.
I just put a big solar panel on top of my rooftop.
Yeah, now you just plug your Garmin into it.
Yeah, plug my Garmin into it, and it'll fry the Garmin. It was like,
you're just getting tracked by drones, a.k.a. birds.
That is a definite thing with...
birds aren't real.
Birds aren't real. That they are actually,
government drones.
Yeah. I think some of them probably are.
Oh, yeah. You never know. I think my 5th grade math teacher was also a drone.
What's the price point for that solar Garmin?
I think the 530 is $440.
That's hefty.
That's like $5 or $630 for the 840 series.
So
540, I think, costs $440.
So you got to have dentist money, or you got to wait for yours to break. Which I have to wait for my Garmins to break before.
It depends. So the way you could justify, I don't think head units are expensive. I see so many people. How much did your phone cost you outright?
I have no idea.
This is what I tell people at the shop. I mean, this is $1,000 iPhone Pro, whatever.
True.
And people will buy a $30 phone holder and they'll put it on the front of their bike. And what's more expensive when you crash or something happens when this shatters?
Yeah.
Or your $400 Garmin that you might use for 3 years isn't a whole lot expensive. And that's less. It's really hard to shatter a Garmin.
You
know how easy those are.
Presented a very good argument for not really worrying too much about the head unit cost.
Yes, relatively $440 is expensive. Comparatively speaking to your phone.
What you might do in the as an alternative. Okay.
It's a standalone unit.
I'll buy into that.
I don't like putting my phone on. I love my quad lock. It depends on what I'm riding. My phone's not going to fall off of that. But if I take a spill or something, I'm definitely not using it on my mountain bike.
So I would never put that on my mountain bike. I have it sometimes on, sometimes off on my gravel bike, but I always put it on my road bike. It's on my quad lock.
But then, you're going to invest $100 in a quad lock system, which I love.
Okay.
So you already had $100.
So now you're $100 in the mount to make it secure, so you don't bust up your $1,100 piece of technology.
Yeah.
Why not just go ahead and put $400 into a computer? I get it. Okay.
You're not going to get rid of it in a year.
Good argument. I like that. Not an argument.
Most people aren't.
You've made a good case for the price point for the Garmin.
I passed the Mississippi bar. So yeah, no, it's relative, and maybe 440 doesn't do it for you. I mean, you can go get a Bolt for $300. Maybe it's not solar charged, but I was getting 20 hours of run life on that.
Yeah.
And if I really wanted to, I could put a little thing in my Nittany bag, and you could charge it that way.
Yeah, I used to have to do that when my 520 was dying.
Well, that was unfortunately a bad.
Yeah, but you know what?
The 510s was the bad one, not 520.
520 wasn't a bad one until it started to go south, and then it was like, oh man, it was just horrible. Okay, another piece of new tech that we saw this week at Paris-Roubaix was tire inflation and deflation while riding. Is that a technology that you think will come to the consumer market, or was that purely a thing for a little attention at Paris-Roubaix? It was the fastest Paris-Roubaix they've had.
I wonder if it would, but was Vanderpool riding that? I know the Wout's, the Jumbo Vista team was.
I don't know.
I mean, I could potentially see it for like the tip of the spear riders on gravel.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, yeah, right. Why not? Yeah. It looked like an interesting. It was hub based. If I saw
it was cool, and then it ran a little thing down, and they heat shrinked it to the spokes, a couple parts of it, and then it ran down to the valve.
Kind of cool.
I thought it was awesome.
It's kind of cool. It's kind of like
do it off roading all the
Hummer.
time.
Yeah, the Hummer that has the like built in kind of like.
Joey was watching it before we were mountain biking from
the best
Pittsburgh.
race of the year.
Yeah,
I know, it was a wonderful.
I wanted it to be muddy though, and it was just so clean and
It was
dry.
perfect though.
Yeah, I like the muddy ones though. I like it when they get.
I like it muddy, but I love so much that the cyclocross guys are just beating up on the road guys. Like,
well,
with everything, and then Wout and Vanderpool.
I thought that was some new technology, and I was just curious. I was like, do I ever see this actually coming down to the consumer market? And I don't know.
All I'm saying is those guys are making bike racing. I like ebbs and flow with bike racing.
Fun again. Yeah.
And like the tour last year.
Yeah.
And the year before, oh my god, it was actually fun. And the only reason I think half the people are watching now, because road riding is pretty boring.
Yeah.
But when you got guys like that,
yeah,
and the women's was great.
Yeah.
The women duked it out.
Yeah, really.
It was really nice that it was fully publicized, and it was good for the women this year.
Cool.
'Cause the women's tour got canceled this year.
I saw that. That's too bad.
Bring on the one day classics.
I think that was a mistake for them. I'm not sure what the reasoning behind it was. Probably sponsors and money, I'm sure, but there's a mistake. It's for a lot of reasons it's a mistake. But I think it's from a business case at this point in the game. I think there's enough traction and motion in women's sports that it was a mistake.
Yeah,
cancel it. I think it was a bad call. Okay, you want to do this or that? Let's do some this or that.
Are we going to talk about long rides?
No,
save that.
No, we're saving it again because we didn't.
I know nothing about any of this. I just rode my bike a lot when I wanted to do that, and it worked.
We had so much other good fun stuff to talk about. We've got a whole other podcast episode we can push.
I felt really good riding Sunday, but I had a ham sandwich on a Hawaiian roll and tiramisu for breakfast.
That sounds good breakfast.
It was a trifle.
Yeah, whatever
I
it's
made
called.
a trifle, not tiramisu.
Man, that is a
Truffle?
combo. No,
trifle.
Trifle?
A little ham on Hawaiian roll, mini ones, and then a trifle with homemade whipped cream, a little pound cake, and berries.
Yummy.
That's my new race.
Actually, a really quality breakfast because you had
everything.
some sugar, you had some fruit, like
protein,
it was good. Yeah, it was a quality breakfast.
Carbs.
I request that every ride.
Nice. We didn't talk about this, but would you rather write a book or record a podcast?
Why didn't we talk about this at all?
We didn't.
You told me like a day before.
I know. We'll talk about it another time. My little book. It's a reference book.
You have over 100 downloads. You're like a New York
probably
Times
like
bestseller.
140 or 150 at this point.
I don't know. I get all the emails, but you're like not New York Times, Southern Maryland Times best.
Well, I got a whole story behind that, and
I've already printed full copies.
I will save it for another day because I've learned many lessons from publishing a book. And we'll talk about my little bike packing book at a later date. How's that? Would you rather write a book or record a podcast, Jess?
Ain't nobody want to hear me write. Like, ain't nobody want to hear me sit there at the computer and babble on.
I think I enjoy recording a podcast more than writing. I don't know. It's been a fun process. It's been a fun process. So it's probably a toss up for me, but I do love sitting down with. I don't get to sit with somebody like the two of you and chat and laugh when you're writing a book. So I think I'd rather record a podcast, Joey.
When it's something I like to write.
Yeah.
And read.
Okay. Cool.
But recording's fun. I think people need to hear more. I need to write a biography about myself.
Like you should.
About taking dog pills and throwing Molotov cocktails off Calvert Cliffs.
It is basically you document your story every week.
Yeah, I guess so. Funny story really quick.
Sure.
Of course, Joey.
I think I was in 5th grade and we had to come up with some like invention thing.
Uh-huh.
And I think all of us hated writing. So we wanted to have this pen that you could talk into that would write your...
that would actually like do the writing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was sitting here the other day and I was like, so how much did you use ChatGPT for your book as a joke? But then I'm like...
That would have been smart.
And I'm thinking of the kids at work right now that are doing papers. I'm like, you could like use Siri.
Oh,
You don't even have to type.
Yeah.
If you do it in sections, you could just talk everything out and then just run a grammar thing.
They're starting
Because
to watermark ChatGPT,
Oh.
which you think is odd because watermark's typically a photo thing. There's ways now that they're talking about putting language patterns into the ChatGPT output so that it'll be able to be distinguishable.
We did a product launch for Specialized today, and they now have your email watermarked all over. So you can't screenshot, you can't take pictures because they will see. Sorry, it was pretty good.
They have it in Microsoft now where you can type, where you can talk into a mic and it writes for you. We use it a lot for our students.
Back when that technology was new, I'm talking like many, many moons ago when I was first out of college, I worked in a government job and that first came out. And I will never forget, I had a boss that was a couple of offices down. And I would listen to him yell at his computer, and he would just over and over yell, "File,
enhance."
Open." Yeah, he just kept trying.
That's how my parents talk to their Siri in their car. I'm like, good God.
It was funny. Okay, Jess, second one. Straight to summer heat or lingering chilly spring?
Lingering chilly spring.
You like that little...
I love. The other day I rode my thermal top, my shorts, and I felt great. It felt awesome. I love just having a long sleeve shirt on and shorts.
I would go straight to the summer heat all the time.
Oh, God. Gross.
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 You don't like I like hoodie and shorts,
Same.
like a little
Yes.
jacket, and then you get a nice warm afternoon, and we had a fire on the deck the other day.
I had a fire the other day. It was too hot outside. The fire was too hot.
Oh no!
To like bail on it.
We have that like canopy over the deck, and I had to move it. And when you were in the shade, it was cold, and the sun it was kind of warm, and the fire was nice.
Yeah, it is nice. It is. It's.
I could do the San Diego weather all year.
Okay. Jess, friends with the Easter Bunny or friends with a leprechaun?
Well, today I was explaining to my students why my husband is the leprechaun. He has a beard and he has red hair and like
Poops gold.
Yeah, he does. He takes gold dog medicine and no, I honestly, I think the Easter Bunny is creepy. But then we were also looking at pictures of that movie Leprechaun. And that was pretty creepy. So I figured both of them were creepy. So I was like, nope, we're not doing this question. They're both creepy. But like, if you honestly see kids like sit on the Easter Bunny's lap, like the Easter Bunny always looks creepy.
Oh, yeah. Especially the old one.
Always looks creepy. Like...
Yeah.
Repurposed
horror.
Yeah, right?
To be some Easter thing.
So I'm definitely saying leprechaun. I feel like Joey gives me gold every day.
I am choosing neither of them. They are both my sworn enemies because the Easter Bunny, like you said, is super creepy. A bunny doesn't lay eggs, people.
Yeah,
a bunny doesn't lay eggs.
Well, we
so
were
where did that
asking
come from?
Joey's sister.
Lice does.
Joey's sister has like chickens, and we're like, do the kids know that the bunny doesn't lay eggs because the chicken does? Like, because they have chickens, I would assume that they would make that connection.
You know what that means, though?
Quicker. I don't know.
That means that the rabbit is stealing the eggs from the chickens.
There we go.
He's a thief. The Easter Bunny is
There
a
we
thief.
go.
And the leprechaun is a creepy little,
Yeah.
like, ooh, neither one of them.
My mom had a pet bunny that was eaten for their Easter meal
Oh, nice.
because my family used to own a butchering factory up in Pennsylvania.
They got rabbit for.
Yeah, Uncle Vito.
Okay,
chopped
Uncle
it.
Vito owned a butcher. They had someone in the landfill. Someone owned a dry cleaner. They're freaking.
Why is this so funny? Like, this is my life. Like, Uncle
It's
Anthony comes.
Butchering somebody's pet
just
rabbit.
listen to that. There's got to be a mafia tie.
So, Joey, Easter Bunny or leprechaun? You are a leprechaun. So.
I am half Sikorsky. I'm a half Sheehan.
Yeah.
That Sheehan side is all. I'm 100% Sheehan.
Strong. The
No,
genes
the-
are strong.
Father Dave sent me a really good tattoo.
I think you
But
could.
you get that was like a single speed worlds tattoo.
Now, you're getting that on your neck, right?
Let me get no regrets. No, I really want like a leprechaun bike thing for like my arm,
Okay.
and then I'll put one on my leg later. But
Okay. You can have them fight.
no, so like if a listener has like a really good,
Oh, we're soliciting tattoo ideas.
why not?
for
Larry
Joey.
did it.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
you
When
heard
I
it
first
here.
met him, Joey said he wanted the Lucky Charms
On a bike.
leprechaun.
Magically delicious.
Yeah, that man riding like the man being
I wanted
big
him to,
on a
like-
small bike.
He looks
like,
fun. He looks like a fun
he
guy.
looks like a fun guy,
Yeah,
but
yeah, okay.
I wanted like him on a little bike and then using like the rainbow as like a ramp. Like dead serious. I will
cool.
like if I get something good, I will go get the tattoo.
We are soliciting ideas for said tattoo.
Um,
Jess, win a race and do a TikTok dance, or come in one place off the podium and not do a TikTok dance.
win and give a TikTok
Because
dance.
TikTok's your life.
TikTok is fun.
TikTok is
When I
life.
hit Sven the deer, my students were like, my co-teacher was like making jokes about me, and then he was like, and then she set up her selfie tripod stand and did a dance right next to the dead deer. And no, I did not do that.
Do you know
but-
that you passed me? I think it was when you were coming back from picking up the car. You passed me on in the car. Blake's head was hanging out the window. All I heard was Frozen, and my life flashed in front of my eyes. It was like me and Sven.
you're next.
Yes.
A little kill count thing like a pilot.
Exactly.
I think I would rather come in one place off the podium. Although I have offered many times to do the TikTok dance, but there's the only one I know is a dun dun. dun
Yeah,
dun,
that's
dun, dun,
old.
dun.
But the girl who won, the Allison girl, she was like doing these like TikTok dances when she ended. And I thought that was like the best thing ever. Like this
Fun.
girl crushes her bike and then she goes around and does TikTok dances. Hell yeah.
I get it.
I want to be her friend.
I get it. I just think that people would be horrified to see me do a TikTok dance, Joey. Which would you rather do?
I want to be one off the podium so I can streak with a beer.
Oh, even better because there's no rules. No
Yeah.
rules. Then you
Is that
end
your
up
rule?
just as an Instagram reel.
I mean, you catch me
Not a
doing a
chance.
TikTok dance. I mean, you would just put me down. But I will streak during the podium picture with a beer.
Brilliant.
Yeah, alcoholic
Brilliant.
or alcoholic,
Or
your
just
choice.
Somebody, if you're in the Porta John and somebody just slides the door open on you, that happens too from time to time.
Happens to you a lot.
I was at Joey's family dinner and I was
With
like,
friends?
why am I getting pictures of Brian in a porter body naked? Like, why is this happening? We were sitting at like fake Easter and I'm like, stop sending me naked pictures of Brian. Like, stop.
Unfortunately, Larry was on that one.
Tell me, have you seen there's like the little thing was like where you put the handle on the Porta John when you're inside. It's like if you leave it unlocked, it's poop with friends. And then all the way over is poop alone. And then if you put it like right in the middle, it's surprise me because the door might open, it might
I
not.
mean, like at Croatan, I'd have no problem. There's so many people there.
Yeah.
Someone opens the door, I'd just stare them in the eyes.
Just right, I'd stare him right in the eye.
Just like
Gross,
1,000
Joey.
Hold the door open and be
While I
like,
wipe.
nope. Okay.
Everyone does it. I don't know why everyone freaks out. Like,
It's natural. It's all natural. I still don't want to see
you know
it.
what I do, but
I tell the girls in middle school, I was like, girls, just remember that when they grow older, they still think poop humor is funny. And like, that's like my PSA all the time. Like, they still think poop is funny.
Well, you know you're with real friends when you can talk about poop jokes.
the one
Okay.
thing I will say, because you're talking to middle school girls, and this is for all the young children listening. Running retail locations and having public restrooms that you have to take care of. Women are nasty when they grow older.
Mm.
It is this whole like maybe it's well women. No, women are nasty.
This is
Like,
why I don't
men-
use public bathrooms. They're
No, women's
disgusting.
public bathrooms. Oh my god,
Well,
the stuff they
run an
do.
Airbnb, buddy.
Yeah, and like you'd be surprised at how like the guys are like, yeah, their moms probably yelled at them so much when they were younger. Yeah, women's bathrooms are nasty. I feel
Okay.
bad if people have to
You're
do
gonna
that.
get some feedback on that one. You're gonna get some
That's
tattoo.
fine.
You're gonna get some tattoo.
I will send you
designs.
stories and photos of.
Oh God.
We had a phantom shitter.
You had a what?
We had a phantom shitter and a phantom soaper. We used to have a lady in Leonardtown multiple times. We can never catch her. She would take all the soap dispensers and just squirt it all around the floors. You know how long it takes to mop up soap for it to not be slippery?
Oh, what did you do? What?
And then she would smear her on the walls.
Oh, that's a mental. That's something wrong there. That's
Yeah, you think?
okay. And on that note, Jess,
Yeah.
we're gonna
All right, send me your leprechaun ideas.
We're going to shut this down. Thanks, everybody, for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel in the Dirt. We apologize for missing last week,
No, we don't.
but
We also
we'll take
apologize
time off.
about Joey talking about his poop face.
no, I will never apologize for that. But we did have a dog drama that had to be tended to. We kind of got caught short. That's
Not
why- not Blake. It was in my world. So apologize for that. We try not to miss a week. But if you've enjoyed the podcast, maybe consider joining our Patreon family. We really appreciate all that support. And head over and download my book because you can get it for free right now. Download my bike.
I haven't downloaded it yet.
You haven't? I'll
No.
give you a hard copy when it comes in.
No, I'll download. Well, I there was a lot. So what happens with stuff like this on social media? I figured it's not tapering off, but we got to bring it back up again.
Yeah.
So we'll blow it up on the shop page tomorrow.
Joey, how can folks get in touch with us if they would like?
Well, if you want to stare at me at Croatan, no, just kidding.
open a porta potty,
Over the dirty kitten porter potties.
open all of them until you find a leprechaun. It's your
With a pot of gold. We are at
Gross.
graveltraveldirt.com. Our Instagram is at MidAtlanticGTD.
And Mid-Atlantic Gravel.
Yeah. But next weekend I will be at Growly Cat, so
I am going to pull all the stops and try to get there.
I want every single Dirty Kitten t-shirt. Do you know all the different designs they have? I just put do you know how I only wear the same outfits? I want a Dirty Kitten shirt per each
for
day.
every day of the week.
For every day. So now
Monday
you're like,
shirt.
oh, Jess is making a TikTok and that's her Tuesday cat shirt. That's what I want. I want that level, but
I think many of my pictures that I'm very proud of, like when we did my Otso, I was wearing my Dirty Kitten Gravel shirt, and I wear it a lot. Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel and Dirt is recorded this week from right here in Blake's Kitchen. Thanks for riding along. Until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, respect others.
bye-bye.
bye.
Love you, bye.
I got a gift from Gordon. I have not paid for a single t-shirt I wear. They're all
I don't
bike
either.
industry.
I don't really.
And then I got my Appalachian.
Okay,
Mine was free.
T-shirts are my favorite thing in the entire world.
I haven't worn my
I
Croatan.
love coming home and putting on my sweats and putting on my favorite t-shirt.
I only wear t-shirts.
I know, I love it.
I'm usually naked.
Shut up, Joey. God.